What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Winter Wolf's Den. Winter Wolf here. Saw an article online featured in a couple of other videos earlier today, this Saturday, March the 4th, about a new Alien movie that's coming through. Apparently it goes into production in a week or so it's going to be right around the corner when it's released, I'm sure, unless it gets pushed back for reshoots and that kind of thing. But we don't talk a lot about the Alien franchise on the channel, and that's a problem I intend to rectify going forward with King Z. We might have to do a couple of team-up videos where we discuss some of our favorites. But in either event, the franchise has fallen on kind of rough times over the last couple of iterations. I mean, Prometheus kind of divided people, and I haven't met a single solitary person in real life that actually enjoyed Covenant when that came through. And as for Resurrection, I think it's getting kind of a bit of a resurgence, kind of the same way the Star Wars prequel trilogy does nowadays in light of the sequel trilogy and some of the trash on Disney+. People are kind of coming around on Alien Resurrection, which at the time it was launched really wasn't much of a fan favorite. But I'm going to pull up this article here, titled Alien Romulus. 20th Century Studios, latest in the Alien franchise, focuses on a group of young people on a distant world finding themselves in a confrontation with the most terrifying life form in the universe. Okay, really not a whole lot to go over there. But the cause for concern that I was seeing from some of the other videos and just some of these tweets in the article here, not sure how I feel about Alien as a teen slasher. And then the other better one, the other tweet here, I'd say this is YA Alien except Fede Alvarez, the director. And, I look at this group, this cast of characters, and I've got nothing malicious to say about any of them. I don't know any of them from a hole in the wall. I think the kid in the middle was in Morbius, for what that's worth, and a couple of the others were in some other things. Like there was a sci-fi movie called Voyager that came through a little while ago. I don't know. I've never heard of it. Never seen it. Never heard of it. Don't know. But they have some producerial credits. They've been around. But this just doesn't seem like the cast of an Alien or Aliens movie to me. Like when I think of the original movie and then the much better enjoyed by 10 or 12-year-old Winter Wolf Aliens, the cast, they look like grown-ups. Like they look like I look now to me. They were grizzled. They had jobs. They'd seen some shit. They had lived some life. In the first movie, as you guys know, if you've seen it, some of you younger ones, if you haven't, go back and watch the first two Alien movies. They're great. The first movie were just a bunch of blue-collar schmucks, doing space road trucker job, get diverted on company orders to investigate something they shouldn't. Disaster happens. Most of them die. Aliens was like the upgrade, the action upgrade, kind of the same way T2 was the action upgrade to Terminator 1. This time we get, a badass unit of colonial space marines going in to investigate a colony that they lost communications with, which was ironically a colony that Ripley knew something about, with the derelict ship and things like that. So, but those look like Marines. They look like they were, their late 20s, early 30s. Their sergeant was 40 something. They were hard. They had some steel. This looks like the cast of a Dawson's Creek remake to me, and even that's a dated reference. I don't know what's a current show that kids watch. Is Glee still a thing? This looks like the damn cast of Glee. I don't see anything in front of me here except an echo of that garbage Netflix Resident Evil series that had nothing to do with Resident Evil. Is this movie going to be the same as that? Are they just going to drop a xenomorph in the same way that Resident Evil tried to drop in Umbrella references and it happened to have zombies and it got to pass itself off as a part of the Resident Evil franchise? I don't know. What else could the plot of this movie be except Jason X? Where it's these 5 kids are all grad students or something. They go somewhere to do archaeological work. One of them trips a trap or something, reactivates a facehugger egg, and the one adult in the room, likely their clinical instructor that's probably banging one of the 2 girls or something. He or she is the first to go, and then the kids are left to fend for themselves, against the xenomorph. I just don't see it. People are concerned that because it's Disney, they're going to lighten up the content and the graphic aspects of the franchise. I don't necessarily agree with that. I mean, you're going to remember Disney and all their subsidiary studios. They gave us Prey last year, which most people I thought was pretty good, myself included. And that movie didn't shy away from the gore at all. I mean, they gave you a rated R flick, but I just don't see with 5 of them, 5 younger folks that look like they're legit just out of high school. They're going to put them in a slasher flick and, present day 2023, we're going to make that kind of movie where the kids get it. It doesn't give up a whole lot of opportunity to be sensitive and all that kind of safe spacey kind of stuff that a lot of, there's no way those movies from the 70s and 80s get made today. You know, and those are the movies we remember fondly now. Like, I don't see this making that kind of impact. I mean, I hope they offer up an original concept, but I've also seen what even the real pros, you know, like Ridley Scott himself, like, dude gave us Prometheus and Covenant. And, okay, Prometheus had its moments, I guess, but like Covenant was hot garbage. Nobody liked Covenant. So I don't know, man. This one, I think there's a whole lot of opportunity for this to get real ugly. I hope I'm wrong. I'm looking forward to seeing maybe a more in-depth plot description other than the very basic thing we got here. But I don't know, dude, this feels like a migraine waiting to happen when this comes through. God forbid if it goes theatrical and bombs. You'll never get another Alien project ever feature film length ever again. But I don't know, guys. What do you guys think? Would you want to see another feature film Alien movie at this point? Would you rather not? Would you just wish they put this franchise on ice? Or, you know, maybe there was an opportunity to write a different Alien story. Maybe they could have pulled from one of the novels or from, you know, the Alien versus Predator comics from back in the day. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think below. I'll catch up with you guys later. Stay tuned tomorrow for the Winter Wolf's Den coverage of Last of Us Episode 8 that's coming through. And Kingsley is also working on a special new shorter form review type of video for you guys. And I believe he's putting that out tomorrow morning. So if you haven't, consider subscribing. And if you have already, thank you. We appreciate that. Ring the bell for the notifications so you can check out our new stuff. And we'll see you in the next one.